What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. We are live, and today we're going to be talking about consolidating your digital ecosystem. Because if you've ever started a business, you know that there are a ton of different softwares that you're going to need, a ton of different resources and tools, and this and that. And so, what we're going to do today is I'm going to help you map out if you're just starting from scratch, if this is a brand new business for you, what you need to get started, what it's going to look like, and how you can kind of minimize your digital footprint. Because at the end of the day, the less amount of software that you're using and that you have to navigate through, the more effective and the more productive you're going to be. So today we're just going to break all this down. I'm going to show you inside of Profit Lifter how it can consolidate a lot of the tools and resources that you're going to need, especially if you're just getting started. Maybe this is your first business and you want to figure out, like, how do I get out there? How do I make things work? That is exactly what we're going to be covering today. So to start with, we are going to start with my favorite tool that we have, which is the blank whiteboard. The blank whiteboard, for those of you guys who are just visiting, who are checking us out for the first time, this is where we just kind of dump all the different thoughts, different ideas, create a visual workflow that you're able to go through and that you're going to be able to go through and see. And before we get started, I just want to point out we got new merch. Check out this hat. Check out this shirt. I've even got, it even says profitlifter.com across the back. It says it across the back of the hat. I'm super excited. We've been waiting for weeks to get these in. They finally came in, and you see Brett or I, make sure you compliment. If you see Brett, make sure you compliment him on how good his hat looks today. So, all right, let's hop in here. So if you're starting a business and you want to get out there, you're not sure where to start. There's going to be several different things that you're going to need to be able to effectively launch. What we're going to look at, though, is we're going to look at just kind of the core foundations of what you need to get started. And then we'll start building out some of the other options and things that you can use and tools that can enhance your productivity, improve your process. So we're gonna start with some of the easy ones. So first thing that you're going to need when you get started, and this is not going to be software. We're going to assume that you've already got your business set up. You've already been through your registration with the federal and state governments, and that you've done all that. You've got your product in order. Now it's time to get into selling. Now it's time to, okay, how are we going to make this work? So first thing that every business needs is a website. Your website is essentially like your home page. Or it's like essentially your office for a business, for an online business. More people will end up going to your website than will ever set foot inside of your store, ever set foot inside of your office, anything. So your website is really more of a relevant tool for you than anything else that you have. Like, you're going to have, once you get rolling, you'll have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of visitors a month coming to your website. And you got to make sure that it's intact. So when you're looking at a website, there are going to be some things that you're going to need with this, and we're going to streamline. We're going to shrink this up here. So the first thing that you're going to need for any website is going to be hosting. And if you're not familiar with what hosting is, so when you're building a website, your website is essentially just a bunch of code, but that code has to go onto a server of some sort. And that server is called hosting. So whether you're choosing WordPress or Joomla or all these other options that are out there, you've got to have a place that is actually hosting your website. That's the first one. Next is you're going to need a website builder. Now, this is also called a CMS, which is short for Content Management System, which is not really short, but Content Management System, CMS. And this is going to be like basically the builder of the website. So examples of CMS, of a content management system, is WordPress. WordPress is actually a CMS. It is your content management system. Because if you just have hosting, but you don't have anything that puts it on top of it, There's nothing there. So there's got to be, with your server, with the hosting, there's got to be something to build the website on to make it work. And those are really the two major components. Now, when you get into the website builder, there is functionality that you're going to need in there. So let's do this. We're actually just going to make this one hosting, and then we're just going to do the same thing here. We're going to do content management system. So we're going to call this one CMS. There we go. So with this content management system, there are going to be different tools that you may want to have for your website. Some of the most critical ones are going to be forms. Like, you've got to have a form on if you don't have a form on your website, it's really just decoration at that point. So we want to make sure that you have the ability to have forms. But there are other tools that can really enhance the performance of your website, such as chat widgets, people being able to speak with you directly right inside of your website, reach out to you for support, for answering questions, all of that stuff. Next, you're going to want to look at surveys and quizzes. These are a little more advanced tactics, but this is a great way to get people to engage with you, to answer questions, to find out information about you, who you are, all of that fun stuff. You're always going to need images for your website. That's just kind of a gimme that you're going to need on that. And all CMSs, all content management systems are actually going to come with their content, like being able to, sorry, brain got froze there, being able to write out the content on there. So what we're going to do real quick here is we are actually going to hop over to our demo account. And now that we know that you need a website, let me show you how Profit Lifter can help you with that. So with Profit Lifter, you don't just get a website builder, but you also get a website and funnel builder. Now, if you're new to marketing, or you're new to building websites, or running campaigns, things like that, there's a really big distinction between the difference between a website and a funnel. Websites are designed for content. They're designed for explaining what you do. It's kind of like the magazine cover, where it's got your call to actions, it's got the things that they can do in it. But your funnel is where they actually really start taking actions, meaning that with the funnel, it's going to give them that ability to like take a specific action. So this could be your funnels can and should include things like order forms, appointment schedulers. If you have a lead magnet, things like that. That's where you're going to build your funnels. If you're doing like a webinar would be a funnel. It doesn't need to be like a static part of your website. The other thing to think about is, while a funnel may be something that you use all the time and kind of an essential part of the process, it does not necessarily mean that it is. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's static. Funnels can be like website pages are more static, meaning they're always there, where funnels may change. You're adjusting them, but those are really the big differences. But with Profit Lifter, you have the ability. You have hosting right inside of your CRM. You've also got a full builder in here. So let me just show you what this looks like. So if we look at like our Jumpstart website, this is actually hosted inside of the CRM, meaning there's no third-party costs. You don't have to worry about extra hosting fees. There's no plugins that you have to buy. It's just very simple management, very simple maintenance, and very helpful in making sure that everything's there. And then you can see you've got your website and funnel builder, which will allow you to come in and basically write your content, add your images, do everything that you need right here from the website. You can see, like, if you want to pull up images, you can come in here and search for some. So you may say, I'm looking for a businessman, and you can come in here and go, I want it from Unsplash. And now you've got a businessman that you can add right there. So a lot of options here. It's very easy to use, very pretty intuitive, user friendly. Not a lot of extra buttons, but there's a lot of functionality in here, and pretty much anything that you could think about doing on a website, you're going to be able to accomplish with that. So your website, your CMS, your content management, all the tools and resources. We didn't even cover that. But with your website, with the website builder, yeah, we don't need to save that. With your website builder, you've got the ability to add blog posts, which is always critical, forms, surveys, quizzes, chat widgets, and QR codes. QR codes are actually very helpful for marketing. So like if you're doing a presentation, you can actually put a QR code and it will redirect them to like a website page or a funnel, or basically any place that you want them to show up will happen there. So website is the first thing that you're going to need. Next thing that you're going to need is you are going to need a way. Next, you're going to need a checkout process. And this is going to be, let's just call this, we're actually just going to call this money. So the money part, this is where, oh man, I'm all over the place. Sorry about that. The money part is where this is how you're going to collect payments from your clients. Now, the first part of this is that it is going to include a merchant account, meaning that you will need a merchant account to be able to actually have the money move through the client's credit card or debit card into your account. This is done with a merchant account. Merchant accounts are pretty readily available. This can include Stripe. It may be PayPal as an option, Square is an option, but there are a lot, like thousands of different actually merchant account providers out there. Now, to be able to use basically any provider that you're looking for, there's just one thing that they need, which is a software, which is kind of it's a go-between between the merchant account and like your order forms. And this is, there's two of them. There's authorized.net is one of the major ones, and then NMI is the other. So what these do, what authorized.net and NMI do, is they work with third-party merchants. So you may go to your local bank and they're like, hey, we can give you a merchant account through the bank. You can collect payments, all that. With that, they'll usually have authorized.net already included so that you're able to go in and actually set up and start taking the payments and integrating it. Now, just because you have authorized.net does not mean that you're able to start collecting payments from your clients on your website through invoices. This is where you're going to need a platform to be able to connect your merchant account to through here. So I think a better way of displaying it is actually going to be a little more like this. Oh, we're not doing that. We're going to do an arrow here. We're just going to, man, I am all over the place here. Come on. All right. It is what it is. We're just gonna rename this one platform so we can keep moving. All right. So with the platform, what's going to happen is from here, this is where you're going to connect Stripe. This is where you're going to connect PayPal, Square, authorized.net, NMI. And with this process, what you're doing is you are essentially connecting your merchant account through the platform to be able to collect payments online. By doing this can be like online forms. This can also include things like invoices, being able to send out invoices, being able to collect that way. You can also include payment links, so that way you've got links, the short code links that you can send somebody. They can click on it and it'll just pull up an order form that they can make payments from right there. Now, on that note, there are some of these accounts like Stripe and PayPal and Square that will have interfaces that will allow your clients to make payments through them, which work out fine. Like I've got some products that we just run directly through Stripe, and it works great. Like no issues there. But when you get into wanting to have upsells, downsells, cross sells, all these different channels to be able to move it through, that's where your platform is going to come in. Now, with your Profit Lifter account, there's a lot that you can do with this. So you can see that you've got the ability to invoice right here when you get here. You can send out invoices. You can also create estimates, and then once they approve that estimate, it will automatically send out the invoices. You can put together documents and contracts. So instead of an estimate, you could actually use this as a way to create a proposal. You put everything in there. You can even embed videos in the proposal, which is awesome. Like that is one of the coolest proposal tools that I've ever used is inside of here. Just because you can do so much marketing in the actual proposal itself. And from there, you can automate it. You can also set up your payment links, meaning that you can come in, create a payment link to be able to text out, send in your emails, all of that. Make it nice and easy for people to order. It will go right into your order form, right through Profit Lifter, right to your Stripe, PayPal, Square, Authorized.net, and NMI account, hit your merchant account, and then end up in your bank. So again, streamlining your software, but you will need a merchant account. And these options down here under the merchant account, these are provided under your merchant account. So these shouldn't be something like a third party extra that you have. This should actually be included with the merchant account. So basically now you're at the point where you've got two things that you're managing so far. You've got your website, and there is a part of the website that we did miss that we'll come back to. You're going to have your hosting for your website. All of that is handled through Profit Lifter. You've got your merchant account. That's going to be another third-party software. Now you have your platform, though, inside of Profit Lifter to be able to do that. And some of the other things that you can do is you can actually create products. You can create collections of products. So if you're running like an e-commerce store, things that you want to sell online, this is a great place to be able to have that embedded. You can also use coupon codes for discounts, just making it super easy. You can see we had one for Black Friday that we used that we did a demo with. And again, with Profit Lifter, it's gonna integrate with all of the softwares that you're looking for. My image is not pulling up here. This is going to include all of your images. So this is going to include Stripe, NMI, basically all of them that we listed over here. I listed the ones that are included in Profit Lifter because that's what we do. So you got Stripe, PayPal, Authorized.net, NMI, manual payments, Square, and you can see if you search for more, there's a whole list of them down here that will directly integrate. But again, if they don't directly integrate, that's what Authorized.net and NMI actually handle that. And those are usually handled from there. So at this point, now you've got the ability to have a website. You can have an e-commerce store. You can have checkout forms. You've got it all right there. You've got your merchant account. You got your bank, your merchant account. Back here on the website, there is one thing I forgot to go over, and that's going to be your domain name. Your domain name, this can be through like GoDaddy, Namecheap, I think it's 1-in-1, I think is what it's called. There's tons of them out there. There's tons of places. And you can also, if you need to, you can actually buy your domain right inside of Profit Lifter as well. I don't know where it went. It disappeared on me. May not be set up on this demo because it's not there, but you can actually buy and manage your domains right through Profit Lifter as well. So as you're getting started, now we have reduced the need. And let me put this in perspective for you. I ran before I started Profit Lifter, I ran just a website design agency. We would build WordPress websites. And so like with the hosting, we would have to buy a server. We would have to buy server space. WordPress was free. That wasn't an issue. But with that, now we had to have the builder. We had to we would buy Elementor, and then we would have to buy a plugin for the forms, and we would have to have a plugin for the widgets. like you just end up like nickel and diming yourself, where you're spending hundreds of dollars just to have a website, which is why we moved to Profit Lifter. This is why we moved this direction of having everything hosted right inside of here. Now, I will give you full disclosure when you get into websites. The website builder and Profit Lifter is great. It's going to go a long way for you, but you may get to a point that you want to upgrade. You really want to go custom, and that's where WordPress will come in, where you could get into the really intricate designs. There's a lot of cool things that you can do, but you can see that even just hosting your WordPress website with Profit Lifter, there is an additional $29 charge. But this will let you manage your hosting right inside of the CRM instead of having to go there. All right, so now you've got the ability to collect payments. You've got to have a website, display your products, collect payments, do your orders, which is awesome. But the next thing we want to look at is how are we going to communicate with our clients, and this is going to come down to emails. Emails are going to be a little bit of a different animal because you are going to have to have a third party with this. So this is going to be another one. But again, our goal here is to minimize what we're doing. These are kind of your essentials. So in the business world, there's a couple really valid options, such as Google and Outlook. Those are our two favorite. Why? Because they connect with Profit Lifter just seamlessly and work really well. But there are other, like Proton Mail, things like that have business level accounts. But I find productivity wise and for the suite of products, I personally prefer Gmail over Outlook. No good reason. Like I've just been using it for decades. So yeah, like I'm just used to it and I'm familiar with it. It's what I use. But this is also, let's just come down here. This is also going to take care of your, we're going to call this, let's just call this your office. I don't want to call it your office. We're going to call this your office tools. So Gmail and Outlook are both going to give you the ability with your office tools, like Microsoft Outlooks with Microsoft. So you get Microsoft Word, Excel, things like that. Where Gmail, you have Google Docs, Google Sheets, things of that nature. And one thing that is great is now these are all integrated together, where like if you buy a subscription for Gmail, you're going to be able to have your office tools included with that, which I think is just a great way. It makes it nice and easy. But with these are going to be just manual emails. These are going to be like emails as you know it, going in, creating the emails, sending them out. But what you're going to need is a way to start emailing your clients. So this is where you're going to want to start getting into email marketing, generating a list, putting it all together. Your email marketing is going to include, you're going to need to be able to send mass emails. You're going to be looking for, you're also going to be looking for automation to be able to make sure that you don't have to manually go in, create a new email every time, and actually give you the tools that you need to be able to automate it so that you can be more effective with it. The other things that you're going to be looking at with your emails, you're going to need spam tracking. You're also going to need like analytics with it, so that you're able to see exactly what's going on, how many people are opening, how many people are clicking, engaging, taking actions from it, all that fun stuff that comes along with the emails. Now, let me show you how that works in Profit Lifter. Real quick, we're going to take a caffeine break. Okay, so for your emails, you've actually got the ability to come in and create template emails for recurring events. Now, when you're getting into email marketing and when you get into like the different layers of communication, there's going to be several different ways that you're going to want to interact with your clients. You're going to have some of them that are going to be very just like hands down, like they're a part of the system. They're a part of the process that in the workflow that people are going through. These are going to fall under your automations. These are where your template emails are going to come in. These are going to be the ones that are going to be basically the same thing every time. So like if a client signs up with you, or somebody opts into your list, at this point, you're going to send out an email for your indoctrination campaign. And so from here, this is going to have all of your email content, your logo, your links to your social media accounts, places for them to contact you, all that fun stuff. But there's a difference between your template emails, your communication emails, and just maybe emails that are conversational. So the next tool that you have are your snippets. Your snippets in here in Profit Lifter are going to give you that ability, and these are going to work for emails and text messages. But this is going to be where when you're interacting with your clients and you're following up with them, you can have an email that is consistently going to be the same one every time. I find this works really well when you're getting into like building a sales team or building a sales process, because at this point now you can have like let's just say you want to name this post sales pitch. And the reason you would want to name that is because now you know, okay, after I pitched this person, this is the email that I'm always sending. You'll put your subject in here and then just come in and just type out your email. You can test it, all that fun side. And you can see kind of what it looks like there. And if you don't know what to write, you've actually got AI can definitely help you with that. And you can add images, you can add links, formatting, all that fun stuff that goes along with it. So these are going to be more a part of your process, and then you're still going to have just your manual interactions. So and that's going to lead us into our next tool. And again, I'm going to move this one because this one actually ended up falling under there. But the other thing that you want to look at is you do like, regardless of how many people how many clients, how many leads that you have, a CRM is one of the most critical parts of your business. I think it's just as critical as the website, because your CRM itself is being able to list out all of your clients, see what's going on with them. And your CRM, the reason that we do what we do is because we know that if you can consolidate all of your tools under your CRM, it just makes everything in one place, your entire team's here. But with your CRM, you also have the ability in Profit Lifter to send out emails. And that's being really weird today. So this is going to give you the ability that you can come in and write a subject and go, hey Keith, how you doing? And this is where like you can get into a conversation with them. So you can see like if this email goes out, you can click reply. If they respond to you in here, you're able to come in and go like great point, and then just start like actually typing your whole email there. So what I'm showing you here is that you can tell we haven't even really tapped in, but your key functions for starting your business, we've got this now narrowed down where you need 1 software, 2 softwares, 3, and then Profit Lifter. So now you're up to 4 softwares for being able to have just your website, be able to collect payments, be able to mass email, to work with people, and to be able to keep track of where they're at inside of your CRM. So building your automations, building your workflow. But there is one more thing that we want to look at in here that every business is going to need, and that is going to be your phone system. Everybody needs a phone system. Everybody needs the ability to call their leads, call their clients, send out SMS messages, work through all of that. And that is exactly what you get inside of Profit Lifter. With the system, you are able to come in and buy as many phone numbers as you need. It's got your A2P verification, meaning this is the regulatory process that you have to go through. And with this, you're able to purchase whatever types of phone numbers that you want. You can have basically anywhere in the world. You can have it there. You can come in and just get a toll-free number. You can, which is going to be like an 8. I don't think there's any 888, but 877, 866, 855, any of the 8 numbers is going to show up. Any of the toll-free 800 numbers is going to show up in here. You can see there actually is an 888. Oh, there's no 800 numbers left. Sorry, that was the one I was looking for. But you can have, and so like what I always recommend is this. If you have a team, you do want to have a toll-free number. Like a toll-free number it just adds credibility to the business, and makes it where people know that you're a nationwide not lender, but a nationwide company, that you'll service anybody in the United States. But then from there, what the next thing that you would want to do is actually have it so that you've got local numbers for your team. So, for example, Brett and I are in the Kansas City area. So our area code is 816. And from here, like we would come through, and if we, like Brett and I both have a local phone number, let's just see what's happening here. And I don't even know why this is not showing up here. Here's why. Wrong button clicked. Helps if you hit the right buttons when you're working on things. So from here, what I always recommend is give your local people, give your local sales rep a number in the city that they work in. And it doesn't have to be the exact city. Like I don't live in Kansas City. I live in a suburb of Kansas City. But I would want the number to say Kansas City, because Kansas City is our business hub. This is where people come in and are where the centralized commerce of the city is located. And it just lets people know, like, look, we're in the Kansas City area. But the beauty of having the phone system here is that you're able to have your 800 number, all of your local numbers, and you can have a specific number for like an AI call bot, anything like that you want, you can have in there. So your phone system is going to be critical with your success. And the other side is that this is going to give you, having your phone system inside of Profit Lifter is also going to give you that ability to send out automated SMS messages, text messages, be able to correspond with your clients directly inside of the CRM, meaning they could come in here and text you, and you could come back and text them right back and right through the software. So you don't have to pick up the phone. You don't have to go outside of the CRM. You can literally do it all through your conversations or your contact records, and make it nice and easy. So that way you don't have to be jumping in and out of systems. You can consolidate everything right inside of one software. And the beauty is this doesn't require any additional software. This doesn't require any additional settings. So now if you're getting started just by using Profit Lifter, you can have your website CMS, your content management system, your website builder, your funnel builder. You can collect payments from your clients through online forms, through sending out invoices, through sending estimates. You can have automated emails so that you can set up email campaigns, engage with your network, engage with your audience, your list, CRM to keep track of all your leads, know exactly where they're at, what's happening with them, and even a whole phone system to be able to make sure that you can call them, talk with them, engage with them at any time. And again, the number of software and different platforms that you're working on, one for your email, that's an outside one for your merchant account, that's something that's going to be outside as well, one for your domain name, for your email address, or you can use Profit Lifter for that, and then Profit Lifter. So far, to be able to effectively have what you need to launch a business, now there's 4 things that you're going to need that are all covered to get you your phone system, a CRM, your emails, your ability to collect money, your website, all of that. Just 4 platforms, 3 if you want to buy your domain through Profit Lifter. Makes it nice and easy. And that's it. That's how we're going to help you consolidate. Now, as we start exploring this, you're going to find out there's tons and tons of more opportunities where you can manage all your reputation right here. You can do all of your tracking right through the platform for all of your ads. I mean, all sorts of stuff. Membership courses. This is, for a long time, this has been something that has always been a third-party software that would easily be $100, $200, $300 a month. You've got the ability to manage all of your affiliates. You've got affiliate management software in there. So as you can see, you've got the ability to really consolidate your ecosystem and make everything work right inside of one platform. Because at the end of the day, the less that you're having to jump around to different places, trying to incorporate different things, the more smoothly your processes are going to work, which means it's going to improve your productivity and really help take your business and really help you save time so you can focus on marketing, you can focus on sales, building your products, doing all the stuff of the business, and then automate all the rest of it. So that way you can effectively manage your time as best as you want. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you can see more, go check out profitlifter.com. If you're not signed up with us, if you're a client, then you know where to find us. We're in the Facebook group. You can comment here. You can go into the resource center and start utilizing the chat groups in there as well. However you need to reach us, we're always here for you guys. We appreciate you. Have an amazing rest of your week. And make sure you join us Friday as we dive into more open FAQs and answer your questions about the same topic, and helping you streamline your digital ecosystem. So until then, have yourselves an amazing week.